Hello, friends from the comic and manga world. My name is Hector,
And my name is G.
and we're here to talk to you about our picks for the May 26, 2025 FOC that is coming up. T and I work for Penguin Random House. We manage sales into the direct market around the world. So, titles that we talk about in these videos are from the publishers that we represent into that market. Also, note that we're on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, X, Twitter, and of course YouTube under at PRH Comics International Comics at PRH International Comics. I always get it wrong, but we'll leave links in the description below for you. So let's get started. I think you're first.
Yep, my first pick is Miss Ruki. This is a manga about the lives of two young women in Tokyo, and this is set in Japan's 1980s bubble economy. And so, what I mean by that, it has Miss Ruki is very much like in the environment of a fast-paced consumer culture. This is an era in her life where, despite all of that, she's like or in spite all of that, she really indulges herself in her hobbies, like her books, and she spends time with her very anxious and but very pragmatic friend, Ichan, which I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, so apologies. But this is like you could think of this as really sweet, really funny vignettes of like the past in the 1980s, but it still resonates with audiences and readers today, especially people who are very familiar with Japanese culture. But obviously, it could there is much to relate to, despite these characters, if they don't live in the same country or if you do live in the same country. So we have famed, just to give you a sense of uh, reaction with this particular piece of work. There's a contemporary manga artist named Kaigo Shinzo who quoted that to read this particular work, to read it is to grasp something of the essence of Japan. This is the kind of manga I want to draw. So there is very much a level of it's a very much of a like a classic manga in the slice of life genre. So if you're very much into that, this is for you. And I'm very much into that, so this is for me. And
Mhm.
this is coming out of New York Review books.
Excellent. And we continue with one of our cover picks. This is Dune, Edge of Chris Knife, Hiding Among Harkonnens. Number one, cover A by Swanland. And then also there's a unlockable variant with full art. And of course, this is a spin-off of Dune and the Dune series. And obviously, author credits go to Brian Herbert and KVJ Anderson. And then it's illustrated by Simone Ragazzoni, who's an Italian artist, amazing Italian artist. And the cover is by Raymond Swanland. I was looking at the art of Raymond Swanland, and of course, what you see here is pretty much the type of art that you can expect. He is a sort of a comic artist, illustrator that has been working in different industries across the medium. He has been involved with the video game series Oddworld. He's also credited with over 100 Magic the Gathering cards, and he's also has some involvement in design inside the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And I mean, if you look up his art, it's very beautiful. It's all very fantasy. There's a lot of, especially there's a lot of dragons and things like that. So I think he brought that kind of fantasy, high fantasy look into this Dune cover also. And we see the planet Arrakis and sort of which is the desert and with the spice and the sand all over the place. So you kind of see it floating in the air here, but I guess there's also like some fires in the city, and you might see um, uh, some like some of the ships that look like insects. I forget what they call from the Dune series, and this character just flowing with the spice in the air with a very big knife in hand, ready to attack. Very cool cover, very beautiful colors, and I love that the blue of the eyes, which are from the effect of the spice, are very accentuated and right in the middle of all this. Very very cool, and it's very cool story. I mean, if you're a fan of Dune, this is definitely something you need to pick up. There you go.
Next up, we have Fantastic Four issue 33. This is Francesco Mobili variant. This is so I picked this because I love seeing a happy family cooking together.
Yeah.
And I very much enjoy the fact that Reed is taking advantage of the situation
Yeah.
and cooking sausages using Johnny's head.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I love it. I love this cover. It's great. So of course I had to pick it.
Yeah. And is that um what's her name? Is invisible. Is she using her power of a force field to pick up something hot? Is that what it is? I can't really
It
tell.
looks like she's straining, like
Uh,
maybe like vegetables. I don't know. Is it a
Something, but
strainer?
she's using like she has
Yeah,
some of her power in her hand to
mittens.
protect her
Yeah,
instead of using a glove, which is
instead of using the
very cool.
gloves.
It's
Hmm.
so awesome. Like all the details about this are very good, very cool, and it's making me hungry too.
Hmm.
And next up is Ghostbusters Dead Man's Chest #2. This is cover B by Chogrin. This is obviously issue 2 of this this mini series of 4 issues in the Ghostbusters universe, and it by the title you could tell it has to do with pirates. In this case, Captain Kidd and a ghost ship, and ghost obviously creatures, as you can see a tentacle here in New York. It's written by David Booher and illustrated by Aviv Orr, and and then the illustrator of the cover is Chogren, which is an illustrator from Ecuador, from Guayaquil, Ecuador. And looking at his stuff, he obviously this like his style is very well represented on this cover. And he, other than comics, he also has created a toy line and has so many toys designed by him of different pop culture characters. I see like there's the turtles, the Ninja Turtles. I see Pennywise from it, and I see some other ones. So he has a lot of that, and then also he's done some animated shorts. But this art, let's talk about it. I love the tentacle. I love the slimy tentacle sort of covering the ghost from the logo, but it forms the logo of the ghost with the sort of the circle and the cross, but with the tentacle. And the ghost itself is scared of this octopus, I guess, or kraken creature, ghostly creature. The colors are amazing on this very simple sort of a logo thing, but also it stands out. The artist even put a little bit of a glow around the tentacle, so you can definitely tell that it's a ghostly creature. It's very very cool, and something that looks so well displayed on a wall. Yeah, there you go.
All right, my next pick is the Blood Brothers Mother. This is issue 4, cover D. This is the Annie Wu 1 in 25 variant. So this one, um, again, just to reiterate the premise here, we have 3 children across the Texas frontier to rescue their mother, kidnapped by the ruthless outlaws who gunned down their preacher father. So, at a terrible cost of revenge, not just with the lives lost, but how like the power of I guess the need for revenge could also stain one's soul. And I like how it's visually represented here because we
Mhm.
have those three kids, but it's literal. It looks like the way that the feet is like dangling, it's like that doom is hanging above their heads. So I just think it's very
Mm.
striking because you have like this orange feet
Yeah.
dangling like blocking out like half of the art, and then you have like the children looking up to it. So it's just a striking cover, so I chose it for that reason.
Very cool. Next up is Star Wars Legacy of Vader #5. This is the Rachel Stott Pride variant. This book, obviously, if you don't know, it follows the stories a story of Kylo Ren and sort of looking into his grandfather's past. And in this one, he goes to Naboo, where his grandmother is from originally. And even though she's not in this book, because well, she could be, I don't know, I haven't read it yet, but it could be, she would be probably in her 80s if she was. Um, could be that she's in. This is Sabe, which is connected to her Kylo Ren's grandmother, Princess Senator Amidala, because she worked for Amidala as a handmaiden sort of guard, and she would, if you know the movies and if you know the books and the comics, he kind of like dressed up as Amidala to disguise as her to protect her, and she's been on a mission ever since Amidala died to kind of vengeance with against Darth Vader. So the connection to this book is very very direct. But since then, she's become a very badass character. It's one of the characters that was a very small character in the movies, and it became so big in the books and in the comics, especially in the comics recently. They made it such a great character. And I personally didn't know, and then looking online, a lot of people didn't know that she's part of the LGBTQ plus community, and actually it makes me want to go back to the stories because apparently she was not just she identifies, I guess, as bisexual and being interested in both sexes, but one of the things is that she was in love, secretly in love with her with Amidala, who she protected all those years. So it kind of puts a lot of more depth to the character for me. Just by researching this cover, I want to go back and read the stories, and especially the recent ones that have come out that feature her, uh, and then her troubles with Darth Vader, and kind of finding out whether who it is. Obviously, Anakin Skywalker, who happens to be the legacy of Kylo Ren. Anyways, I don't know why I had to go through that whole story. Maybe because it's Star Wars. I love this cover from Rachel Stott, the amazing British artist. I have some of her covers because they're always look so great, and she tends to do this great thing where she takes a character and with very simple coloring and background and foreground, she can make it stand out so much. And then puts a lot of details on the character itself, which you can see here, which is great. Very cool.
Right, as for a piece of news for this week, we have new variant covers spotlighting
Yes.
Jeffrey Brown. You could tell right away that's Jeffrey Brown art.
Yeah.
So it's a very playful spin on the Marvel Universe. We have these comics, I believe this August. We have these three variant covers. So what you're looking at right now is X-Men issue number 20. Look at them. It's so adorable.
I love that Storm is using her powers, the wind
Powers.
of to push Wolverine in the tire, and then Kitty is just running around with uh I forget the name of the dragon, Lockjaw.
Lockjaw, yeah.
And Lockjaw is also tiny. Like he was already tiny, but he made him even tinier. It's great. I love it.
And then we have Thor issue number 1 and then Incredible Hulk issue number 28.
Yay.
I like how, doesn't it kind of look like Loki's hair is staticky?
That's what it is, isn't it?
Right?
That
Right?
he's
Isn't
getting
that what it is?
electrocuted.
He's
Yeah,
getting
that's what it is.
electrocuted.
Yeah. They're just playing with the
They're both. They're
electricity.
both.
Yeah. As little kids
Their hair.
do. Did you ever do that with a balloon? Like rub it against your hair and makes your hair stick up because of the static? Never done that?
It reminds me of like playground,
Yeah. Well, they're all
like
like
really
that. Yeah.
cute, fun
Yeah.
covers. I think it's just adorable. It's cool.
I think they need to commission an animated series from him with the Marvel characters.
And I
Definitely
like
with
that
these characters.
you can see like the marker like on Hulk's skin.
Yeah.
Adds to that element like a kid
Texture. There's like a little bit
like
of
tech.
texture that
Mm,
makes it look even nicer. Yeah, even better. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Okay, and that was it for this week. Thank you so much for watching this. We hope you enjoyed it and it was useful to you. Like I said before, G and I work for Bring Around the House, so we do this and a lot more content, and we put it up on our social media, on Instagram, on Facebook, on X, Twitter, and of course on YouTube. We do other videos, not just these weekly FOCs. We also have monthly ones that you want to check out. So make sure to follow those links in the description. And thank you so much. That's it. Take care. Bye.
Bye.